Hello all, welcome to Clark Technologies, and we are very happy to announce that we are going to provide a free course for MuleSoft for all the freshers and beginners and who want to learn MuleSoft from scratch. This is entirely free course which we are going to release on day by day basis. So it will be a 30 days course, so it is very helpful for you to learn MuleSoft from scratch. And we have explained this course with the real-time project. We have built a real-time project also. In order to explain that, we have created a couple of files and project code as well. So if you want to get those files and projects, please email us with this subject line, request to share level 1 course files. Also, we have an important announcement that we are planning to release a MuleSoft advanced level 2 course very soon. So in this course, we will be discussing most of the topics of MuleSoft, which will help you very well in order to complete level 2 certification as well as to work on complex real-time projects as well. So I hope you will be enjoying that course as well. So if you want to know more details about advanced level course, please contact us via mobile or email. We will be sharing those details. So without further delay, let's get started.
So to create release pipeline, to build pipeline, we went to this pipeline tab, right? So to create release pipeline, we need to go to releases. Okay, excuse me. So in this releases, you need to create a new pipeline. Click on this, and yeah. See here, artifact we need to add, and then stages we need to add. Artifact means the jar file which is generated by the which one, the build pipeline. We need to add this step. Then once the jar file is available here, it will pull and it will do the deployments. Here we can add multiple stages because we can do the dev deployment, stage deployment, and prod deployment, right? For all the environments we need to deploy it, right? So for all each and every environment we can add different stages here. So let's compare, let's do it from scratch. Just to make you time easy, I'll just, I have already created one release pipeline earlier. I'll just follow that. Just release pipeline. Yeah. So, see, this is the old one. Okay. I'll show you by adding one by one, like this, by referring this. Okay. So this here in the artifact, you need to select from where you can pick that jar file. Okay. So here what we can do, just give me 1 second. I just wanted to maximize this. Okay, so we need to first add this artifact. Let me just go to our organization. So here, let's click here. And your project is this one, source build pipeline. You can select the build pipeline which you have created earlier. So as of now, we have only this build pipeline. We have like, right? So CI. So once you select that, it will ask you for the options. So default is latest, means latest jar file you need to pick. And source alias, it is showing like this. See, the artifacts published by each version will be available, the deployment and release pipelines. The latest successful build of Clark CI pipeline published the following artifacts. So we have given this name as artifact earlier in the build pipeline. So I think we need to mention the same in the source alias. Let me just compare it. And you can add this here. Okay, just remove the full stop. So what it can do, it will pull the jar file from this artifact where we have published, then it will take it. So let's click on add. Okay, so now we need to add the stages, and here see continuous deployment trigger. This is also we need to enable. Earlier in build pipeline we have enabled, here you will find one trigger option, we have checked that enabled integration, right? So just like that you need to enable this also, continuous deployment trigger. It means like once the jar file is available in the build pipeline, it will automatically pick, it will automatically deploy. That's why you need to enable this. So IBS library management artifact, right? Continuous deployment trigger. By default, it is disabled. You need to enable this. And the pull request trigger, maybe we can do it later. Let's see. We can, yeah, here. Okay, no problem. We need to select the branch actually. Or else let's, yeah, select this pull request trigger and your branch would be dev branch in our case. Okay, so yeah, that's it for this. Then now we need to add the tasks for dev deployment. One by one tasks we need to add, just like the build pipeline which we have created. Okay, so yeah, let's do it one by one. So we need to add stages for all the environments, right? So let's click this and select the new stage. And here you can select empty job. There we can add the steps manually. And you can rename the stage like this is for dev. Now you can just give the dev deployment something. Okay, let's close this. Yeah, now we need to add the jobs one by one. So once you click on this, it will show you the deployment process and the name is dev, that's fine. And the agent job. Here agent pool it is showing something, maybe in the agent pool you can select Azure pipeline. Okay, because we have used Azure pipeline as an agent in build pipeline. Right? So here you can rename the agent job, agent continuous deployment job, maybe you can give. Okay, so the agent specification you have to select the latest version of your operating system. So in my case it is Windows operating system, so Windows latest is the agent specification. So yeah, if it will automatically pick that jar file and all, and you can just expand, it will show you the jar file also where it got generated in the target folder. See here it is generated the jar file. You no need to do anything. By default it will select, so don't uncheck or don't edit anything, just leave it as it is. Okay, right, so this is about agent. Now we need to add the tasks for this agent one by one. Okay, so first task is it need to download the secure file. Here in this case, secure file means this credentials file. I just slightly modified the credential file. I have added the dev also, but I have given just a sandbox as the default environment because we need to provide the environment name here, the stage name here. So in that case, we should not face any issue. So that's why I have added this step. I mean this stage. I'll provide you this file as well. So here the secure file mean download secure file means this credentials file. You can rename it as it is. I mean, or you can just rename this as per your convenience also. That would be fine. But in build pipeline, we are uploading settings.xml. In release pipeline, we are going to give credentials file. Just remember these things. Right. So we need to search for the download secure file. This task is there. Now just click on add and click this. So now we need to add the security file here. So I have already uploaded it, but now I changed it now. So what we can do, we can just rename this. I'll just rename it OC October 2023, just for our understanding. Okay, right. So I'll just upload this new one because I have added another stage here. So to do that, you need to go to the settings and browse your file. You can add this. It will automatically add it into the library section. So yeah, we have uploaded this credentials file and we have already discussed what is there in the credentials file. So yeah, we no need to do anything. So let's click save. And we need to add one more job to download the artifact now. Okay.
So to add new task, you can just click here, and this time we need to add download artifact, build artifact, right? So this task sorry, download pipeline artifact, I guess. Yeah, let me just cross check with the other pipeline which I have. Yeah, download pipeline and artifact. You need to add that pipeline artifact task. What this task will do is, like, this will download the jar file from the build pipeline and it will add it here. So here maybe you can just rename it or current run artifact name. If you already provided some artifact name, it will show you. As of now, it is not there. And the matching patterns, you need to give star dot jar, because our archive, our MuleSoft archive is in jar file format. So once you export this application, you will get .jar file, right? So star dot jar you need to provide. And this destination directory, earlier we have used that system directory, system default directory. Right, so let's copy that, or we can just copy from here also, system.default directory, that you need to give here in the destination directory. So yeah, apart from that, you no need to configure anything. Okay, save it. Now this is the two steps now. Then we need to add the final step, which is related to Anypoint CLI. CLI means command line interface. Okay, so by using that command line interface, we are we are saying to this particular agent task, like to deploy this application. Okay, deploy the application into this particular environment and in this particular Anypoint platform account. You have to say in that way, so that we can do it by using the Anypoint CLI command prompt. So this is the Anypoint CLI command. Here I'll just explain you the things. You write your comments here na, I just commented it with hash. So whenever you write something with hash, it will not execute. And we can use like echo, and in quotations I have just mentioned hello world, but here it is we can change this in the single quotation, LBS management MGMT API. Okay, and this npm install -g anypoint -cli @latest. This step, what it will do, it will install the Anypoint CLI interface into the agent of this Azure DevOps. So you don't need to change anything. Then echo CLI installed successfully. You don't need to change this line. And make directory echo means it will print the same statement in the logs. That's it. Just like the log messages which we have in MuleSoft. So mkdir, and this one, this is also you don't need to change. And what this will do, this will create one directory in the Azure Anypoint kind of directory. And to be frank, you don't need to change anything. But here the temp directory one, here the file name you need to mention. Here credentials -october is the file name which we have, the secure file which we have uploaded just now. So this file name you have to give here. Whatever the file name you can give, you already added that file name, you need to give here. Credentials -october 2023, that name we need to give here. Let me just change this. (2023), right? So export Anypoint profile. This is also you no need to change, and system default directory no change. This is also no change, and the last line you need to change. Anypoint CL. This is the actual command. It will deploy the application. And here you need to remember, for the first time, if you don't have this application into the Cloud Hub, you need to give deploy. Wait. Here this is a very long command. You don't need to remember, but just understand what it will do and what changes you need to do from your end, right? So here we have a word called deploy, right? So whenever you have this deploy word, what it will do, if the application is not there, it will deploy as a new application into the Cloud Hub. So first time while configuring this pipeline for the first time, you need to use this deploy because the application is already not there. Then you need to come back this step and you need to just remove this deploy and you need to give modify as the word to do the redeployment. This thing you need to remember. So first time you can use the command with the deploy. Second time, once the application is deployed, in this, from the second run onwards, you need to just come back to the pipeline, just to modify this. Just remove this deploy and add the modify word here. It will do the redeployments from the next time onwards, and you can save the pipeline like that. Okay. And see here we are passing couple of arguments app.runtime, cloud hub worker, properties, not the arguments or yeah, cloud hub worker type, cloud hub region. These are all the properties we are sending. So these are all the dynamic properties. You no need to change anything. But from where these values will come? That values we can give it from this release pipeline variables. Okay, so business group ID, cloud application name, cloud hub region, cloud hub worker, like that. All these values you need to send as a pipeline variables. We will create them also one by one. Okay, so I'll provide this snippet as well. It is the Anypoint CLI. Just remember that. Okay. So yeah, this we need to give in our next step configuration. So let me just visit that another one. This is the old pipeline. So it is the bash task, and once you give the bash task, you need to give this Anypoint CLI command over here. To make this done and to do the deployment, you need to select this target directory and all. These are all the things we need to do in our pipeline. Here environment variables, dev, like that. We need to provide these details, all these things. Right, so let's add in our pipeline. Before that, I just forgot to mention, just to rename this pipeline, you can say like glat ibs mgmt project release, something. You can give any name, but I just gave this. Okay, so here you need to add one more step now, the final step. So just click on this and search for bash, and this will be the bash command. Click on add and select this. Here you can just change the name like Anypoint CLI. Okay, and you need to select the inline. We are going to give the script here itself. So then what you have to do, this is the script now. That's the script. You can just copy the this one which I have given, and all the properties like this in the dollar inside this process, client secret, client ID, all these properties we will give in our properties section. So that's why we are mapping them dynamically. So you don't need to change all these things as of now, but do remember for the first time that deploy word should be there, second time modify word should be there. Okay, so let me just copy everything, paste it here. So all the properties like this app.run, whichever are there in the dollar and braces, you know how to read the properties, that YAML file properties, you know, right? How to read that. So just like that, we have added all the multiple properties here. We need to pass the values for these properties by using this variable section. So come down and what you need to do, working directory, you need to select that. I think, yeah, let me just cross check once, because if you have any single mistake it will kill the time. So yeah, in the working directory you need to select the target folder. I'll show you how to select that. So here the browse is there now, so just click that browse. A linked artifact means the build pipeline it will show you. So in the build pipeline, in the build artifact, once you expand it, it will show you this jar file. So you need to select that jar file. It will automatically show you like system.default directory and that jar file. So you don't need to worry about other things. So the control options, I think we don't have anything. Environment variables, we have to add the environment variable, which environment we are going to deploy. So here, sorry, env dev, because this release pipeline, this stage is specific to dev environment, so you can directly give the dev here. If you want to deploy this in stage or prod, you need to create altogether a new stage. So don't worry about this environment hard-coded value here. So that's it. And yeah, so and you need to add, see here in the variables section, you need to add all these variables which we have given as a dynamic variables, and we need to give some common variables, client ID, client secret, cloud hub profile, all these things also. Maybe we can just add all the variables here in this variable section in the pipeline variables. See, this groups is nothing but you can just any common variables are there, you can just group them together and you can just link that group to all the pipelines which you have, just a kind of a reusable stuff. So we can add these one by one. Okay, so I think yeah, Anypoint org, I'll give you like these properties also. I'll give you here, like this release pipeline variables file. Here you will find them. Okay, so yeah, go to variables, add one variable which is Anypoint org. That value will be your organization name. I'll show you how you can get that. So what is this? Business groups. This business group. So this is your organization name, but organization domain it is showing something. Just 1 second. Here the org is slacks we mentioned. Okay, let me just give the organization name as CLERT. I mean the name, the value available here which is there. You can give that name. Okay. Yeah, but I'm just doubting this variable. Let's see. Okay, second variable is Anypoint username and Anypoint password. You just give it in capital letters only. So Anypoint username. This is your Cloud Hub username. So copy it, paste it, and then another property is Anypoint password. I'm just copying this one by one. You can just copy all these variables from your notepad, which I'll give you in the Word document or something. So here, sorry, here, this is the key and the value is my password. You can give your password and you can just click on this lock symbol, it will hide. So you need to add all these properties one by one. Okay, so Anypoint dot URI, because we have given all these properties in our CLI command line. See in Anypoint CLI, yeah, here we have given all these things dynamically, client secret, client ID. So we need to provide all these values. That's the matter actually. So Anypoint URI, copy it and add, paste it, and Anypoint URI value is same. You also no need to change anything. You can copy the value from my notepad because this is just a Cloud Hub URL which is common. Then another one, yeah, runtime. This is your MuleSoft runtime, as that is the old version I have. It shows like 4.3.0, but now we are going to deploy in 4.4.0, right? So you need to give the runtime like 4.4.0. Right, another variable, business group ID. You can select this and give the name and business group ID. You can copy it from your Cloud Hub. In the access management, go to business group and click on that your organization, this cloud. Once you see here, you can see like business group ID, so you can copy it from here. These are all the configurations we need to do to make this Azure DevOps and the Cloud Hub in sync to do the deployment automatically, right? So another one, next variable, Cloud Hub application name, and you can just give Cloud Hub comma application name. I just gave it and it worked for me. Maybe you can just use that, or you can try maybe with another name. That could be also fine. And here you need to provide the application name with which you are going to deploy. So here I can give my repos, I mean the system API name, because we are just working on all these things for system API. So you can give this system API name. Maybe you can give dev something. Okay. Right. So then another variable, Cloud Hub region. This is also common. East US East one is the common region for trial accounts. And if you're using any, I mean, real-time project or any client account, sometimes it will change. It will change for EU region. So then you need to check EU East one or EU West one, something like that. Okay. So Cloud Hub region, Cloud Hub worker. Worker means how many workers you need to deploy this application. Usually we will give one, but sometimes in production environment, sometimes it requires more workers based on the load we are going to handle. So in that case, the workers would be 2. And Cloud Hub worker type, it is micro something like that, but you can just give 0.1. It will take like a week or usually this should be week or, but it is there. Yeah. So file name, here you need to change some value. Okay, just a file name is the key, and the value here, if you can see, this is the jar file name. I mean, till that jar file name you will find this value, right? But if you remember, we have just seen this. Let me just copy it, or let me just see from the system directory and the artifact and all till the jar file. You need to copy the one. So let me just save this just to avoid. And from where you can copy this pipeline, sorry, file name means go to your pipeline and click on the stages. Here in the Anypoint CLI, if you remember in the advanced section, we have browsed for this working directory. Now you can just copy this entire thing and go to your variables in the file name, the value, you can just paste it there. That will help. Okay. And apart from these variables, we need to provide few more variables that actually I have added it as a variable group just to show you that feature also. Maybe we can do that also. So go to variable group, click on manage variable group. It will ask you to create a new variable group. So click here. Here I can say dev. So I'll just show this. This is just a display name. Okay. So dev variable group I can say, and we need to add a couple of variables here specific to this dev environment, because we are going to deploy it in dev in this particular stage. We can give any as many as variable groups for each and every environment, and you can link it later. I'll show you that part as well. So before that, what are the variables required for this variable group? Only we need to have at least 4 variables: this client ID, client secret, cloud hub profile, and environment. So client ID, but where it is, yeah, here. So you need to add variables, client ID. Let me just add the keys first, then we will discuss how to get the values. Okay. So client secret, client secret, and Cloud Hub profile. Cloud Hub profile, and finally env means environment. So yeah, env, in our case it is dev environment, and Cloud Hub profile also he dev. So here we need to provide dev, so that is why the Cloud Hub profile name should match. So here I have given dev. Now with the dev I need to have one entry in this credentials file. This is the Cloud Hub profile. So here with the dev I have one entry. So that is why I just added this. Okay. If you want to deploy it in stage, you can give Cloud Hub profile name as stage, something like that. It is specific to environment. Okay, so now this client ID client secret, where you will get this client ID client secret. Usually we are we are going to deploy this in dev environment. Now you need to get the dev environment client ID and client secret. So to get that, you need to go to the access management and click on business group and click on your business group. Till here we are already there in this same page. Then go to environments, click on your dev environment. It will show you the client ID secret for the dev environment. So copy it. So sorry, yeah, this is there here only, right? So this is the client ID, and client secret also you can just click on show and select all these things, and you can just give client secret, and all the client secrets should be masked. So we just enable this lock. Let's save this. Only these four variables required for this common group, and go to your variable section of the pipeline. You can link this group here. So click on this. You will see what are the variable groups available here. You can link as many as variable group. So you need to select that and click. Okay, sorry, click on link. So the dev group is visible here, right? So this is how you can give the variables, pipeline variables, and variable groups you can link by using this way. So I think we are done with almost all the settings of this release pipeline. Let's try to run this and see if anything missed. Let's try to run and check. Okay. Before we run, as I said, like I don't have any applications here in this particular account because this is the new account. So I'm just going to runtime manager. So there is no applications. Okay, so because and also you need to remember we have given deploy word here in the CLI. So it should deploy this application as a fresh copy here if everything works well. So let's save this. Let's save this. Let's just cross check if anything missed. I think yeah. Let's try to run this release pipeline manually, because we have already mapped that jar file library here. So whatever the jar file available as of now, it will pick that jar file and should deploy it into the Cloud Hub. So that is the expectation. Let's see. So go to release pipeline. Let's click on create release. It will ask you which stage you need to run because it is dev only. You can select the dev stage, and artifact. This is artifact which is already there. So just click on create. So release one has been queued. You can check the logs here by clicking on this. What happened? So it is manually triggered, it is showing, and you can check the logs here. Okay. Still has not yet started. It is not yet started. Okay, I think it is doing it manually. We need to make this automatic. Trigger to start the deployment. So I think we need to do it manually for now. Let's click on deploy. I'll see how we can make it automatic. Let's click on deploy. It is showing a queue, and you can see the logs. It will show you the logs here for the agent job. Let's see something I missed to make this automatic deployment. Let's go to the release pipeline, edit. Yeah, here also it is there. Yeah, pre-deployment conditions, and I think yeah, this we missed. Because we have already mentioned this deployment trigger and all, it should do. Sorry. It should do the deployment automatically. It is showing manual. This is the old one. Don't get confused. This is the old one. I'm just checking. See here. Oh yeah. Okay. Here the trigger is two types of triggers are there. After release or manual only. So I have selected after release, but maybe by default it is showing manual only in our case, in our new pipeline. Let me just check that point. Okay. So go to your pipeline. There was an error attempting execute properties. Okay, something is there. Some error is thrown to the CLI. Let's see. This may indicate restart.exe. That is the error. It is failed. Okay, something is there missed in Anypoint CLI. Let's see that. But before that, let's check this point. Yeah, see here. No. Just to go to releases, click on edit. So here, if you can see this pre-deployment condition. Oh, it is there after release only. But why didn't? Okay, maybe we just run this manually. That's why it is not showing something. I'll check that later. You don't worry. I'll let you know. Okay. Stage for trigger to change automatic. Uh-huh. I selected this here. That is why it is showing manual. So let's click on release. Click on release 2. See, it is queued automatically. Okay, agent is ready for the job. And yeah, obviously it will throw error for the CLI. It shows some error in the CLI. Okay, so I'm just trying to understand what is the error. I can just download the log by clicking this. That's CLI. It is there, right? It will not start. Okay, let me just cross check the CLI. So Anypoint CLI inline. So here 2023 cloud profile. Directory file name. Dot runtime. Cloud hub worker size. Region. Property. Secret client ID. ANV and file name. We have given all the values. Why it is throwing error? It should print this echoes. So even that is not working. So this is not issue with our CLI, but something has changed. Maybe just see is there any other task for any point. I think nothing. You need to select a bash only. This is the old one. I'm just checking. Throws error here. Here it is credentials hyphen new. Look. This is our pipeline. This task failed, but it is not mentioning any further information. So program bin bash document. Let me just Google it. Maybe it is an issue with the npm. npm means one of the command to install this. So some dependency issues are there. This is what. Yeah, let me just check that commands. npm install. It shows there was an error. I think even I am new to this CLI, so I'm just checking is there anything I missed. Okay. shell environment variable your proxy server. Something it is a firewall or issue. Been installed, save it, next installed. Because it is an issue with this command, I should install the Anypoint CLI in this agent. Later on, everything will work. This is the issue. Maybe I'll check. I'll check. I'll pause the video here. I'll check it once and I'll just resume it. Yeah. So secure file. It is credentials October 23 and pipeline is jar, and in CLI we have mentioned our credentials October 2023 file that will move to some temporary directory and all. So you need to remember this deploy command first time. And here I missed to say something earlier. I just selected the jar file also, but in working directory we need to select till target folder only. So select this. So till target. Okay, don't select that file name. That is a mistake I have did. So I just run it multiple times, but it got failed. So now I corrected it. Let's see what will happen now. And you need to provide the complete file name here. Okay, so but yeah, 1 second. Here you need to before that target one, you can say you have to give this system working directory also. And slash. Okay, your file name format should be system.default working directory, and this I mean the dollar symbol and all. Then your file name you should give in this way. Okay, I'm just giving pipeline name here. Let's save this. Let's try to do the release. I did couple of releases, but it throws few errors. Okay. Let's see if it will work. Currently there are no applications. Received some bash commands errors. And now CLI is coming. Yeah, hello world. We have just printed that hello world. Didn't change that now. Yeah, I missed it to change that. LBS management IP and all. Okay, no problem. The hello world just to print the text message. So then it will install the Anypoint CLI and it should execute that. Let's wait. This step will take some time. You can ignore this warning, npm warning. Yeah, it will take some time. Let's see. CLI installed successfully. So this is also text message which we have given. See, now you will find this deploying statement. So whenever you see this statement, it will start deployment here. See, start the deployment but not yet completed. See, now it is showing deploying. Earlier there is nothing, right? So now CLI is succeeded. After some time it will deploy the application into the Cloud Hub. So it is still deploying. Right, so I would like to just review what are the steps we have done, or else maybe let's create a new release pipeline, because I did some mistakes, so all the remaining releases are also getting failed now. Let's build the release pipeline from scratch again, and maybe we can just ignore this pipeline later. So let's let it deploy. New release pipeline, empty job. Just for revision purpose I am just doing it. So IBS, new release pipeline. Right, the stage you can say like dev. Here the artifact, you need to select the build pipeline artifact, latest, and alias name, maybe you can just remove this. And here you need to enable the continuous deployment trigger and pipeline trigger, right? And here yeah, by default it is after release. Fine, so it is throwing some error. You need to select the branch once you enable this full one. Let's select the dev branch. So now here you need to add all the tasks. Before that, we have already created one variable group now. Let's link that group. Remaining stuff, I mean the remaining variables, we need to add it manually because we didn't create any group for that. So those are the pipeline variables that maybe we can copy one by one. So yeah, here in the agent pool you need to select Azure pipeline, and agent specification, it should be Windows latest, and yeah, nothing, you don't need to have anything. And let's add the jobs one by one. Before that, let's see if it is deployed. It is still deploying. Maybe this will fail. Deployment will fail because the auto discovery properties, that 4 properties we need to give. Right, see, and the secure key also we haven't give. So that could be another reason that we can maybe fix later. Right, so yeah, let's follow this pipeline and let's add all the tasks one by one. Like checking this pipeline. Okay, so first job is download secure file. So here you need to select your credentials file which you have uploaded. Right, so let's add this. Here new pipeline, no release pipeline. No? Okay, click on task, download secure file. That is secure. Download secure file. Just add this. And if you haven't uploaded, we need to upload it, but as we have already uploaded the credentials file, you can just select that your credential file. Yeah, you don't need to add anything. Right, then another task is download the pipeline artifacts. Pipeline artifact, okay, because in the build pipeline we have already I mean the jar file will be automatically generated, right? So here the artifact name, maybe it is just temporary, but we can give the artifact name. What name I have given here? Okay, I didn't give, but that's fine. So that's destination directory. You can give this default system destination directory. And matching patterns, our archive is jar file dot jar file. So star dot jar you need to mention here. And control variables, no. Output variables, no. Yeah, let's just compare even. Yeah. So this is the second step. Right, and third step would be adding this CLI. So let's copy this command and go to our new pipeline. Here, add one more task, which is a bash task. Okay, and add this. Select inline. You can just rename this. And in advanced working directory, you can select this linked artifact and all. Here, don't forget to select only till target folder. Don't select this jar file. That was a mistake I have done earlier. So I couldn't get. I mean, the few releases will failed. So just remember, you need to select till target folder only. Okay, then environment variables, we have dev, right? So env dev, because now we are going to deploy this in dev only, dev environment in our MuleSoft, right? So advanced, it is still target you need to select, and control variables, nothing. Environment variables, I think you don't need to give here, but that's fine. Yeah. So till now we have created all the pipelines. Now we need to add the pipeline variables one by one. Variable group we have already linked. Here we have four variables like client ID, client secret, load hub profile, and env. Yep, done. Now yeah, pipeline variables we need to add. We can add the pipeline variables by just comparing this. I have already explained you how to get these values one by one, right? So what you can do, you can just copy this. This is just for another practice I'm doing, but you can do from scratch. Okay, so you can follow the first part of this video. I mean, before I start the second time building, you can follow blindly. This could help you. Okay, so this is my account password. I'll just mask this. Okay, and Anypoint username. You can give your account username and password as I said earlier. And Anypoint URI. I'll provide these values. Runtime, it would be 4.4.0. Business group ID also I have shown you how to get this business group ID from Anypoint platform. So Cloud Hub comma application name, but you can just maybe try with dot, and this will work actually. And here I have given this big, it is already there now. So I mean, it is already deployed with this. I mean, it is still deploying, of course, but the name is already there with the other task, right? So I'll just slightly change this. I will change IBS new SAPI dev something. Okay. So what are the other variables? Cloud Hub region. Region by default US East one. But in your real-time projects, if they are using EU region, you can ask them and update this. So Cloud Hub worker. Where are we going to use all these variables? In our CLI command. Okay, we discussed this already, I think. So you can give any worker type or maybe week or size something. You can give any relevant name. So I think I have almost done. And the last one is the file name. So this file name, you need to give this system directory. Till here it would be same. You can give the same variable name, and then the remaining name from where you will get it, you will go to your pipeline and the jobs in the CLI. You can go to this advanced and browse for this, and here maybe you can just select this. But don't click OK, because here we need to give only till target. If you by mistake, if you can give the jar file name here, then you will not find the issue. It will throw you a couple of unbearable errors. Okay, so this is a very important point to remember. Just select this working directory till target folder only. Okay, so I just copied that. Now I'll just defect. Why it is defect? That's okay. Yeah, you can give this complete name here in the variables for the file name after this system directory and after the slash. Okay, paste it. Save this. I think we are done now. So you can have as many as release pipelines, but the application name I have changed it, right? So it should ideally deploy another application in same Cloud Hub account because the account is same. Yeah, here you can see deployment failed. This is with another reason. At least the application name entry is there, right? So this could fail because we need to pass this secure.key here, or maybe in the pipeline variables itself you can give that, but ideally we will give here in the runtime properties secure.key. Okay, what is the key which we have used earlier while encrypting these details and all? Let me just check. Thing is there. Maybe in our properties we will have it. Okay, last time with in my old account I have given in the runtime properties variable itself, right? I think I will not find that value here because we are not maintaining, but maybe in the run configurations if I can. That's okay, but actually it should deploy ideally. it has created new entry. A new application is started to deploy. Deployment failed because of that secure key value is not provided. I think it got stuck. Let me just. So that's fine, but let's try to click on release pipeline. This will also fail because this is having that secure key. We can give that in the variables, but I didn't remember what key I have given. We need to provide the same key. Maybe we can change it later, but all the passwords we need to encrypt with the same key and decrypt with the same key. So yeah, I have encrypted this password with some other key. While sending the secure.key, if I have given wrong key, it will throw another error. So that's why I didn't give that. But if you remember the secure key and that is working fine in your system, you can just add that secure.key also in the runtime properties or in the pipeline variables. So now the CLI is getting executed. So now it is through sending that hello world. We have just given one, this one, right? The text message here. Echo hello world. Echo means it will print whatever we have given in the single quote. And once the Anypoint CLI is installed, then if you have any doubt, like if your CLI is executing successfully or not, you can give this echo wherever you want, even dynamically or statically. Maybe at the end of this command also you can give some echo, like in single quote application is deploying into Cloud Hub, something like that. You can give that. Okay, so it's still running. It has installed the npm. I mean, through the npm it is going to install the Anypoint CLI. So it is deployed with the new name which we have given in the variables, new variable, right? IBS new SAP dev. But to append a dev we have given somewhere, so that is why it has appended another dev. Where it is, yeah, here. All right, so as this is this is deployed for the first time, so second time onwards what you need to do, you need to go to your CLI. So now the pipeline is working fine, right? So now you need to go to your pipeline. From second time onwards you need to modify this CLI, where instead of deploy, just delete this and give modify. So from next time onwards, if you have given any, done any changes, it will redeploy the application with the same name instead of deploying a new application. So right now, yeah, we have tested the build pipeline separately, release pipeline separately. So let's test all together. So to do that, you need to do some changes in feature branch. You need to do the pull request from feature branch to dev branch. Once the dev branch is committed, then the build pipeline should trigger. Once the artifact is created, then the release pipeline should trigger and pick the artifact from there, and it will redeploy the application into the Cloud Hub. So end to end, it should work like that. So let's test something. So to do that, I'll just modify something here in the direct Azure DevOps, but you don't do in this way. Uh, See here in the transform doc name, maybe I can, no, not here. In the API, maybe I can just do some change. You can do this in your Anypoint Studio and commit to feature branch and then um, pull request and all, right? Okay, you can do that. So here I just modify the log message list of started. I'll just change this log message started in new pipeline. So I'll commit this. So this commit is in feature branch. Now we need to create a pull request from feature branch to dev branch. So I'll just commit it. I'll just create the pull request. I'll just complete the pull request. So let's go to the pipelines. Ideally it should trigger. See, it already triggered. It is just showing running. It means it just triggered now. See, just now triggered. So let's open this and let's open this tab in another tab. So to check if release pipeline is also triggered. So far there is no release pipeline triggered for this new one. Okay, we have these two now. Let's delete the other one maybe, or yeah, because we okay, but because what I'm trying to say is this is already there now. It will. I'll just remove this artifact in the old pipeline. So ideally new release pipeline should trigger now, but it is not yet triggered because this build pipeline is still running. So once this build pipeline runs successfully, once the jar file is generated, then this release pipeline should trigger and it will create a new release automatically, release 2, and it should redeploy the application. This application we have given the name, this application. So this should start starting or redeploying or something like updating, something like that. So yeah, let's wait this to be done. We just close another tabs. So still this build pipeline is running. still it is working on this Maven step. So release is not yet created. Release pipeline is not yet created. So let's wait. So Maven task executed successfully. It should publish the artifact jar file here. So it won't take much time. Yes. Yeah, build job is run successfully. Now let's see if it is, yeah, see, I didn't click on anything. I just go to this step, new release pipeline is created. So automatically the jar file release pipeline is created once the build jar file is available. Once the jar file is available through this build pipeline, automatically the release pipeline will trigger, it will create a new release. So now let's see this logs. This time what should happen? This dev, I mean this new application should redeploy again. Okay. So here it is downloading artifact. It is downloading pipeline artifact. This job is running now. So once this job is running, then Anypoint CLI will run. It will redeploy the application. Alright, so let's wait. I hope you understand now how the CI/CD will work. Once any new code is committed to the branch, on which branch we have created this build pipeline, that build pipeline will automatically take the new code, updated code from that particular branch, and then it will upload that jar file into pipeline artifact. Then the release pipeline will trigger, it will take that jar file, it will deploy it into the code hub. This is how any CI/CD will work. see updating this one. It is not saying now deploying. First time it will show you deploying, and this is done. So now if you can come here, it should show you redeploying. Let me just refresh this. Okay. Okay, the issue is first time the deployment is failed now. If it is successful, deployed successfully, then it will redeploy the application. But first time itself the deployment is failed now, how it can redeploy the application? So that's why it is not showing here. But usually if your application is deployed successfully, what it will do, it will updating the application now. So this is how CI/CD will work in Azure DevOps. I hope these two videos are helpful for you and you learned a lot of things from these two videos. Now you are in a situation like to set up pipeline from scratch by your own. So I would like to share all these details. I will zip it, or I'll share it somehow, the CLI and all. I'll tell you. Okay, I'll update you of this. Yeah, thank you so much.